Hi everyone, Troy Anderson at Penley Sports. Today I want to do something a little bit different than some of our previous videos. Today I want to focus on answering some of the questions, the most popular questions that we have been getting recently through online inquiries, mostly stemming from the videos that we've been putting out, which thank you all for looking at the videos. It's quite obvious that a lot of people are taking quite an interest in what Penley's doing, which is great. So there's a lot of questions that are generated. So we're going to start doing some videos from time to time and try and answer your questions. And if you guys have any questions and you haven't asked us, feel free to shoot us an email and we'll answer your questions directly, but we'll try and put them out in video form so that everybody can see what kind of questions are coming up and what our answers are. So I'm going to go through three of them today that I've picked out. The first one is, what sets Penley apart from other shafts, and why should I try a Penley as an upgrade shaft over all the other upgrade shaft options that are out there? Well, there's a couple of things, first and foremost, that come to mind. Obviously, the difference in our designs and the materials that we use, which directly relates to our proprietary T-bar method and zone flex characterization. So check out the video on T-bar and zone flex. But what I will say in that regard is that I understand that you have a lot of shaft choices out there. There's some pretty big name shafts out there. And what's the biggest difference? Well, our designs yield a consistency that our customers tell us they just don't find in any other shaft brand out there, not to the level that they see with Penley. The feel, Penleys are known for their feel. In fact, one of the first slogans for Penley going way back 25 years ago plus was feel the power. One of the things that I hear from customers most often is that they can really feel the shaft load and unload, and they really like that. Penley shafts tend to feel a little softer than other shafts out there, but they don't play softer. They're much more consistent in their recovery. You know, one of the reviews online by Independent Golf Reviews was that the ET2 shaft was boring. And when is a boring shaft good? Well, it's good when it does the same thing over and over again and you get bored with finding fairways on every hole. Well, that's a good boring. The other thing that I would say about the Penley shaft is the value of the shaft. You know, we put more R&D into money towards R&D into our shafts than just about any other company out there that I'm aware of, and our price points are considerably lower. Some people say, well, you know, how can your shaft compete with some of these other shafts out there that are $400, $500, $600 a shaft? Well, there's a lot of marketing built into that. You know, you look at the top brand shafts out there and they spend a lot of money on marketing. Well, you know, it's a misnomer that they spend money on marketing. It's you, the customer, that spends the money on marketing, because they pass it on to you. They just add it to the shaft. So you look at our ET2 shaft that retails at around $175 versus their shaft that retails at $300 to $500 to $700. What's the difference? Theirs must be better if it's more expensive. Not necessarily true. It all comes down to marketing. We're a small, 100% family-owned business. We're 100% USA manufactured. And our margins are a lot smaller than theirs. We're more customer-oriented. They're more profit-oriented. That's a big difference. So that's just some of the reasons why I personally would suggest that you try a Penley. I think the rest answers itself. Once you do try a Penley, you go demo a Penley at your club or your dealer or whatever, ask them to demo one. I think you will immediately understand what the difference between our shaft and their shaft is. Okay, so the next one is, where can I buy Penley shafts? Yeah, we hear from a lot of customers that, you know, our shaft is not out there available on a wide a range a basis as some of the big name shafts out there, and there's a reason for that. You know, Penley, if you go back 10 or 15 years ago, Penley was the top name in shafts. I mean, we dominated pretty much every tour. We dominated long drive. They were the shaft of shafts. We were number one in several categories on many tours, and every OEM out there used Penley shafts or purchased Penley shafts for their inline clubs. You know, a few years ago when Carter Penley started developing his T-bar system, we kind of made a decision to build the best product rather than the most product. And so what we concentrate on is small lot production. We're concentrating on getting the absolute tightest tolerances in the industry. Again, the T-bar system plays into that. And what we're trying to do is build a better product. As a small 100% family-owned business, we don't have a lot of the expenses that the bigger companies do, and we kind of made an effort to be the best rather than the biggest. And so they're not available wide range. But if you go to our website, up at the top, you'll see a little button that says where to buy. Click on that button. It's at www.penleysports.com, and you'll see a list. We have several reps, and we have several in many states. We also have several online retailers as well as club fitters that gives you a wide choice as to where to purchase shafts. We also do sell shafts directly, and we run specials from time to time. So you can check us out on the website where to buy, and it'll tell you where our dealers are and where you can buy it. Okay, so the last question for today is, what OEMs currently use Penley? Well, as I said previously, several years ago, we kind of made a decision as a company not to go after the OEM business like we used to in the past, and there's a reason for that. The OEM business is 100% driven by price. They really are not that concerned with performance. They realize that they're marketing to a wide range of players out there, and it is difficult for an OEM to zero in on certain levels of play. The other thing that OEMs want is they want their shaft companies to do major worldwide marketing campaigns for them, because that lessens their marketing budget. It becomes a situation where they squeeze you for price rather than for performance. And it's just a compromise that Penley is not willing to make. We just don't want to waste a lot of time spending company resources to sell huge numbers of shafts at such a low profit margin that we can't put money back into research and development, and we can't put money back into what is important. For us, the important factor is we want to build the absolute best shafts in the industry, bar none. And I think that we're achieving that. And I think if you try the Penley shaft, you'll agree that compared to any other shaft out there, performance and value-wise, there isn't anything that can even come close. So as far as what manufacturers use Penley, well, Penley is approved at both Titleist and Nike for custom upgrade and tour use. We have several other OEM manufacturers who have tour players that use our product or have used our product, and it is available through their tour department. But pretty much every OEM out there, if you call them and request one of our shafts, will either custom order it for you or direct you as to how to custom order it from us. So we're not directly an inline shaft for any OEM manufacturers currently, and that's by design. So those are some of the questions that came up the most over the last few weeks as a result of some of the videos that we're putting out. Please keep the questions coming, and we'll be happy to answer them to the best of our ability. And if you have any questions, give us a shout either through email or give us a call. Head to the website, penleysports.com, and there's a place on there where you can ask questions, or give us a call. We're happy to help you in any way we can. Thanks.